my brother, quick question. What's your so-called nationality? What is your nationality? African American. Come closer. Because you said African American, right? So have you ever heard that the so-called African American is from the tribe of Judah? The African American are from the tribe of Judah. You go to church? You usually, have your pastor ever taught you that? They never taught you that. They never taught you that you was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. But yet the Bible is mentioned, you know how many times Israel is mentioned in the Bible? A lot. It's to and for Israel. But yet, when you go to church, do you ever hear that name? You don't think it's a problem with that?
A little bit of a problem.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. It's a big problem with that. Because our pastors have not told us who we are. They not told us where we're from. And they not told us what we should do. But first, this is where it starts from. So we'll start from knowing who he is. Deuteronomy 1:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto...
So this, we're going to get the context. This is the context. Are you familiar with history when the Lord sent Moses to deliver us out of the land of Egypt? What was the Israelites in Egypt? What was the Israelites in Egypt? You don't know? Alright, so the Israelites, we were slaves in Egypt. The Lord sent Moses. Do you know who Moses is? So yeah, Moses, the Most High sent Moses to deliver us out of the land of Egypt.
Right.
We went into, we got delivered out of Egypt and went into the wilderness. This is what the Lord told us. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
To all who?
Unto all Israel.
All Israel. All 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, and so on. The 12 tribes. What tribe you from again? Judah. You'll be from the tribe of Judah. So this is who the Lord was dealing with. The 12 tribes of the children of Israel. You are Israelite, particularly from the tribe of Judah. Read. Give me 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So this is what the Lord told us. This is a future prophecy. He said, it shall come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
No, some his commandments.
All his commandments.
Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day. That all these curses.
That all these what?
All these curses.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Bad. Right, it's bad. I agree. Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And overtake thee. Verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
And they, meaning the curses was going to be upon us for a sign. What does a sign do? They let you know something going to happen? Right. So you see this sign right here in North Nebraska? If that sign wasn't right, though, we wouldn't know we'd be on North Nebraska, right? Right. So it informs. So these curses, say these curses was going to be upon us for a sign, meaning to inform, to give us information today. This is how we know who he is. Read.
For a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So read 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, meaning mass incarceration. That's a curse in the city. The poverty rate. Most of our people poor in the ghetto, Section 8, homeless, even the school system. Most of our men is not graduating at all. The sisters graduate at a way higher rate than a man. That's backwards, because the man is supposed to take care of the household. But yet the woman's making more money than the man these days. That's only in our society. That's a curse in the city. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed in the field. You know when we was cursed in the field? Do you know a time in history when our people was cursed in the field? Huh? Exactly. What was the slaves picking in the fields? Cotton, tobacco, all that. We was doing that. That's actual history. We read in our history. It's also in their history. Also, that was recorded. That happened happened to our people. We was cursed in the field to pick cotton. That actually happened. Read.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy stone.
Right, give me 68. Let's jump straight to it. Let's jump straight to it. Because these signs was going to be upon us, these curses was going to be upon us for a sign. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. What was we in Egypt? What was the Israelites in Egypt? I just told you.
My memories are all.
Okay, we were slaves in Egypt. Start from the top again.
And the Lord, verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So they say the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, meaning into slavery again. Read.
With ships.
With ships. How do we get on this side of the earth? What type of ship? Cargo slave ship. So it said the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships. Who got on this side? How did we get on this side of the earth? Right, on cargo slave ships. That happened to your people, right? That happened to your people, right? So we reading about this was prophesied to happen to the Israelites if we broke God's law. This is prophesied to happen to us.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
So you should ask yourself, how do we know we know that? This is how we know, because that happened to only one people on the face of the earth. Right? It only happened to us. Only happened to the Israelites, the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. They say these curses was gonna be upon us for a sign and for a wonder. Now I got a question. Did that happen to the white man? Did that happen to the China man? No, it didn't. Did it happen to the Arab? Because a bunch of our people believe in Muslims and all that, but no, we got to come back to the book of the Lord and read. In the churches, they've been hitting it, they haven't been reading these scriptures to us. So we don't know who we are. We don't know where we from and we don't know where we're going until we come back to the book of the Lord and read. We have to read. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Because this is how we know who he is. From the tribe of Judah, Israelites. We know that. This is how we know. Now you know who you is, right? When we read it out of the Bible, we ain't going our feelings on how we feel, all right? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Read.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to love him.
Let's see, how do you love the Lord? Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
How do you serve the Lord with all thy heart? Read.
And with all thy soul, to keep the commandments.
So what?
To keep the commandments.
One more time.
To keep the commandments.
This is how you serve the Lord. This is how you love the Lord. This is how you love the Lord. You keep his commandments. The same way while we got here is the same way how we got to get out. Keeping the commandments.
Right.
This is what got us in the predicament we in right now. In slavery, in captivity, in poverty. By breaking the commandments. In order to get out of this, in order to get the kingdom back, we have to keep the commandments. Now we're finna get a few commandments. First, you know what I want. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Because we gotta test the spirit. This is how the Lord proved us. We do the same thing. The Lord proved his people. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of every man is Christ, the King, Lord, King of Kings. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. So the man runs his house. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ, the Lord, King of Kings, is the Most High God.
every man praying
So every man praying and prophesying. Read.
or prophesying, having his head covered.
Is your head covered? Is your head covered? So is it covered? So yeah, your head covered. So it say, if any man praying or prophesying, because right now you're in the midst of prophecy. When the words of the Lord is coming out, it's prophecy. We just read you prophecy on how we know who He is through prophecies that's recorded. So you're in the midst of prophecy. Read.
Praying or prophesying, having his head covered.
Having his head covered, let's see what you'll be doing.
Dishonoring his head.
So, if you're in the midst of prophecy with your head covered, you dishonor who? Right, so what you need to do? Yes. Exactly. Yes. What they got to do with anything? Because you know what? You know who is the righteous judge? Right. When you go into any courtroom, what do you have to do? Honor the judge.
Right.
Who is you going to honor right now today? Because the Lord see you. You ain't taking off for us.
Right.
You taking off for the righteous judge. You showing him his honor. You ain't showing us our honor. You showing the Lord his honor. Because remember, he our head. He my head. I got to take my hat off.
Right.
If the prophecy going out of my head cover, I have to show my respect and take my hat off.
Right.
Is you going to do that? That's what we want to see. I want to see, is you going to do it?
Yeah, that's what the Lord.
You're right, it's not hard, my brother. All praise to the Most High. You just honor our Lord and Lord, King of Kings. Your Lord and Lord, King of Kings. You honored your head. So guess what? You was in order. The Lord saw that. 1 John 5 and 3. 1 John 5 and 3. Because it wasn't hard, my brother. And guess what? Don't be shameful of your woolly hair. Guess what? We gonna read. Christ got woolly hair
Right.
like that.
Right.
We gotta be proud of that thing, man.
Bring it out.
Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. But this is the love of God,
Read.
that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. This is the love of God. Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
The commandments is not hard. It wasn't hard to take your hat off.
Right.
That wasn't a hard thing to do.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation